it is Yanni in Grand Finals. This is going to be Trey 5 versus Grayson. The rest of the Shockwave bracket, if you go by characters, looks like an accounting firm for Chase Bank.
And honestly, all of top 4, we had Roy, Rob, and Steve.
Yep. These are all people you could expect to run into behind a cubicle. And speaking of cubes, Minecraft Steve himself is here. Trey 5 having an amazing run tonight, made it to winners finals, had a ditto against Yanni.
And looked hot.
Ditto, it was kind of the hottest Steve ditto I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, we had the whole spectrum of anything you could expect out of a game. We had close ones, we had nail biters, we had comebacks,
set
we had
has
washes.
everything.
It has everything.
And this
oh
set,
my God, it'll go so great with that top.
I was referencing Saturday Night Live, which is a faux pas because Saturday Night Live sucks.
You know, it's something else.
Oh,
he's dead.
Grayson.
That's the Classico, El Clasico, spin to win.
It's, you know, if you lose your jump off stage against Rob, you're in a rough spot, especially if you don't have great ways to mix up the height that you're going to recover at. And, you know, as Steve, all you can really do is just sit there. Now, I was noticing this when I was commentating Trey 5 earlier, but the biggest thing that stands out to me is that he does not often have a lot of iron available to him.
Yeah.
So he resorts to using the Elytra to get back on stage or to center stage rather than the minecart, which is so much more effective. Oh my gosh, and Grayson is dead to that back air. So to go back to my point, I really want to see if that is something that Grayson is going to take a big advantage of.
Honestly, between these two Steves, I feel like Trey 5 has the better shot naturally in play style of facing up head-to-head against Grayson because of the way that he just likes to fight versus, you know, relying as much on the resources that Grayson's pretty good. He's breaking down the wall.
It's interesting that you say that because I feel like Yanni has a better set record against Grayson.
It's possible.
In the past than Trey 5 does. I can tell you that Grayson's got the lead right now, so your boy Kimona's coming out on top. Sorry, Ryan. But I do think that the resource management is very important, especially against a character like Rob who, well, yes, he can break down the walls very efficiently. That's something that Grayson, more than anybody, has had to learn lately in this game. I do think that Trey 5 has not been taking full advantage of getting tons of resources, but this game one is looking a lot different than what we've seen tonight.
Yeah, it's definitely been Trey 5 on the back foot the whole time.
Dude, the biggest thing about Trey 5 is that he just loves to get up in front of you. I know you were talking about it, but he loves to scrap. He loves to play some classic Smash Brothers.
Honestly, he doesn't need the pickaxe or anything. He'll punch.
In that case, he did need it, or at least enjoyed its presence to take that stock. And he's got Diamond available for whenever he can get the Rob off stage, which is now. Yep. There it is.
In comes the laser.
This is the breaking point in a lot of games, is against a Steve, having Diamond on last stock is the great equalizer.
Yeah, the Diamond just does so much damage so fast. But right now, Grayson's the one who's putting on the damage fast. He's got to be careful. Oh, got the grab!
Oh, DIing off stage actually was very good. Very smart by Grayson, because otherwise Trey 5 can combo and maybe into a forward smash.
Right, as long as you're not getting Blast Zone there, that's perfect, because then you don't take those extra hits. Trying to read a roll in, he wanted everything. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if that killed from that position in stage.
Yeah. Oh, it probably would have.
Because he would have been DIing for the roll as well.
Yeah. But in the end, it's Grayson coming out, taking game one. And Trey 5's Diamond did not come in super clutch in that game.
I mean, we saw a couple of opportunities, but you got to be on your P's and Q's reading those heads and tails.
And just, again, I hate to hammer home the resource management so much, but it's kind of the biggest thing that we've learned about Steve in the past couple of weeks since Glitch Infinite, where, I mean, if you look at the stats that Jake put up versus any other Steve at that tournament,
gotta get access to the iron.
It's the iron and the diamond, and I mean Jake just did such a good job of commanding stage control and mining those resources that it was really hard. Because again, Steve with resources is the scary part, right?
Yeah.
And Jake was fully spec'd into getting the resources, so that seems to be the effective way to play Steve now, but it's not necessarily objectively correct. It's just the most recently effective one. And Trey 5's showing you, if you want to scrap with this character, you can certainly do so.
Oh yeah, it doesn't matter what the tools are, they'll still hit you. Might be stuck on the wood, but still doing damage.
And when you got a big body like Rob, the combos can go a long time, which traditionally that's more Yanni's game than it is Trey 5, but obviously as a Steve, you got to have some fundamental combo game, and Trey 5's got enough of it down.
Oh yeah. Got the wood there as well to set up a little bit more mining, but again, not mining too much, just wants to set up the wall so that Trey5 can then engage on his own will.
And there is, once again, lack of iron coming in huge for Grayson, at least, and obviously big detriment to Trey5 there, not being able to use that minecart to get back on stage and having to resort to the Elytra. Just considerably easier to challenge as Rob. And now, oh, he jumped high. That's normally where Grayson can blow that up, but he's still got the stock going.
Could see the up smash to punish, no mash.
He turned around to try to mix up the DI, too.
Somehow, Trey5 still living.
Only wood tools, though. He has not had an opportunity to mine or craft.
And look, he's got less than half of a full bar.
Yeah. I mean,
he got the pity iron.
This is the definition of sort of the play style that we've seen from Trey5 so far, is that he has got to maximize that time that he's mining. Because if you want to have 3 diamonds available in the game, you got to mine close to 100 times. That's a lot.
That is a lot. I expected that maybe the scrappier the Steve, maybe it wouldn't matter, as maybe he'd get more opportunities, you know, than when he just tries to hide behind a wall against Rob. But it seems like he's scrapping so much he doesn't ever stop to actually get those resources.
And again, like you said, it's all well and good to build up the damage, but you need to be able to close out the stocks too, and that's where these important tools like the iron, like the diamond, come in huge.
And it's what Grayson, he's not resource stuck. He just needs that gyro to make the work happen. Doing so much work on this plat.
A very big part of the game plan for Steve here is that it'll make it a lot harder for Rob to, you know, he has to hop over a whole bunch of walls in the platform and can't utilize the projectiles at a distance as much, which should, in theory, be what makes Trey5 all the more effective at mining for much of the game.
And
if Grayson can't utilize them.
We're this deep into the game and we just got a diamond.
Caught the air dodge, but without all that extra damage, does not seal the KO. This great mix-up on the recovery by Grayson, but Trey5 will pick up the stock with the forward air, and no rage means he's living the up smash. But how much longer can he stay on? Can he do the damage that he needs with the diamond?
He's got the diamond. He's got very little else going for him right now. Very high percents, but he's got gyro in hand. That just means it's away from Rob.
And now, I mean, this is where Trey5's scrappy playstyle comes in huge. Down tilt. Tech chase doesn't come out for Grayson, though. Anybody's game here now.
Oh, we've got another diamond if we need it, but I don't think we're going to see that come to fruition.
It just happens to be there. I mean, Trey5 gets a nice read with a back air near the ledge. He could take it. That's why he's throwing the Rob right off stage. Go ahead and refresh the tools to make sure none of them run out.
It would just be terrible to have the game-winning back air and have the diamond crap out on you there.
And now building up a bunch of iron. You see that he's got the gold as well. This is big time for Trey5 to burst in with that minecart, put on some pressure. At least he'll use it to recover now.
He's got to be tossing out these hitboxes. Doesn't want to sit still and get grabbed. We know up throw is a huge threat, but you got to be watching out for Rob Nair, which at this point could just take it.
He's going so high. Rob is having a fantastically fun time. Great spacing around the up air as well. But this should be it. Dash attack will take out the robot. Trey5 having a good time as long as he's got diamond in hand.
All it took was that one. Rode it all the way to victory. And it was, you know, his play style that really benefited once he was able to get to the diamond. He just needs to get there first.
And obviously you can see how effective it was. I mean, it was a pretty big comeback that he had to make against Grayson, who had command of the pace of the match for basically the entire game too. But Trey5 ends up making that comeback because Diamond Steve is really that good, and the fact that Trey5 was able to get there by the time that last stock came around was very important.
And it's not even just like the scrapping that makes Diamond so good, but also the fact that he will make you mine faster. You will have more access early to extra iron. That was really important in him navigating neutral at the end.
Well, and I mean, upgrading the stone tools early as well can at least give you a little bit of extra mining speed, but we'll see. Obviously, it gives you a little bit of extra damage. I believe stone is 1.1 times damage multiplier, iron is 1.2, and then diamond is 1.4, which is, if you don't know, by the way, the same amount that a fully charged smash attack multiplies by.
Which is insane.
Which is crazy. By the way, great snipe from Grayson over the wall. That was precision.
Goodness. Setting up that drive-through window as he likes to get that extra, just a little bit extra mining, but he's just stuck on wood.
Yeah. Now back air gets Grayson back off stage. Plenty of time to mine, but you see, he wants to go up and challenge Grayson. But right there where you're underneath the platform as a stage and you have the block set up, I see no reason to not continue mining.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Just take the time until Grayson forces something out of you.
We've been talking a lot about Trey 5 and Steve, but we gotta talk a lot more about Grayson because you mentioned it in game one. The way that he's playing this matchup is really, really good.
Right, it's not a very traditional Rob-centric game plan most of the time. It's very aggressive, and it's very much Grayson more than anything else. He's coming in with those nairs, the down tilts for pressure, and just blowing up, covering that space.
Yeah, not any kind of spaced back airs could save Trey 5 in that situation. Rob back air is just like the character himself, pretty darn big.
It is large.
Nice snipe there with the gyro will let him live despite getting scooped up by that minecart. And now again, Grayson gets command
He has
again.
done so many of those. So many of those where he goes and sends the gyro at the perfect angle just above the block and just doinks Trey 5 on the head.
Ooh, and he was trying to set up to get that down air,
to catch
perhaps.
the deep dip with the elytra instead of the straight on angle. Because there is still mix to it.
Yeah. Even if it's no minecart, it's still a pretty darn good recovery.
It's honestly impressive how much Grayson has been able to snipe it. It is still much easier than just dealing with minecart sometimes. But yeah, up throw is going to take this. You know, Trey 5, pretty high percent. We can see a fire back from Grayson pretty quick. He's got you stuck between the gyro, but what a fight. That up tilt is an insane button to bash.
55%, but Grayson catching that drift in. Nothing really that Trey 5 could do there if he didn't want to corner himself. Here come the Rob combos, but Grayson missing it. That was because he tossed the gyro too early, right?
Yeah, he just whiffed entirely, flung right over Trey 5's head.
Well, now, I mean, despite missing that combo, Grayson some amazing momentum right now. And you can see he knows the spacing for this matchup really, really well. He knows how deep he can go. He knows what kind of counter hits he needs to respect from Steve. But this is what I like from Trey 5. You see how much time he spent there mining while Grayson just tried to pressure him in the corner. And Diamond gotta be soon.
Yeah, hopefully getting there soon if you're Trey 5. He's mined for so long now.
A lot of mine, but not anything to craft just yet. This is your time.
You would just hate to be. Oh, his pick went out.
But there's the diamond. Finally. He ripped it out of the earth with his bare hands.
Not today are we going to see the cartoon of the man who stopped right before the collection of diamonds. Trey 5 made it to the other side.
I can't win this game 3.
Yeah. No, but that.
Oh, tech! That's going to probably do it with the up air, right? With all that rage.
He's living!
I love to see good DI.
Love to see it because it's so difficult. Oh, but that's got to be it.
No. What? Once again, the Rob DI. So good from Trey 5. And the dash attack does take the stock.
When there's a diamond, there is a chance. We do still have it. We're setting up additional diamond for the refresh.
For whatever reason, you might want it. But at 193, this takes any novel hit from Grayson, and up air will be the one to do it, calling out that minecart, which is something that most Steves will do when they're close to the stage.
Right. And especially, I feel like with Trey 5, sometimes it feels like the minecarts are that much more telegraphed when he doesn't have access to them as much as everyone else. So he just goes for them when he can.
Oh, I have access to it? I better use it or lose it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good point, man. I feel like Grayson's just gotten so good. I mean, the amount of times that he's had to fight Trey 5 and Yanni and Adachi when he was down here and all the other Steves that we've seen in DFW and, you know, honestly around the world, Grayson's traveled out to some tournaments. It's not unreasonable to say that he has got some habits already picked out with these Steves. And, I mean, you can see it in his playstyle, right, where he's very mindful of where the Steves usually like to get aggressive against him, particularly against Trey 5. You see him being very mindful of how he's adjusting his pace when he's attacking the walls.
Yeah, he's definitely been, you know, more willing to back up and just toss a gyro when it feels like Trey 5's ignoring him knocking at the door.
Well, and especially when the walls are down, he says, well, great, now I can throw my projectiles just like this, right? Game plan seems pretty clearly to be destroy the walls, throw projectiles, get the Steve off stage, now I can get my good reads.
we go. Got that forward throw, put him off stage, but Grayson barely avoids the forward air. Again, Trey5 choosing to scrap instead of using that extra time to line, and that back air goes right through the walls. He got a little too close for comfort.
I mean, that's exactly one of those situations where Trey5 wanted to put the pressure on Grayson if he was going to try to take out the walls, but ended up meeting a back air to his face where he could have gone to the corner and started mining with that axe, which, you know, interestingly on Town and City, first of all, interesting that you're taking a Rob to this stage no matter how good it is for Steve, but, oh, are you dead?
My goodness.
Great recovery. Like you said, that mix.
Weave. Yeah, and honestly, something that is born of necessity when Trey5 doesn't have as much access to the iron like you've been talking about. You gotta have the schmicks with the Elytra. You gotta have it.
Oh, really going for a early read on Grayson's movement.
He sniped with the laser, but still living. That's absolutely gonna do it, though.
That refresh on the gyro was so smart from Grayson, knowing that Trey5 has been taking his time. He doesn't take time taking that first stock from Grayson. Still got a ways to go, but
Grayson got 40% off down tilt alone.
Yeah.
That is just
Where's
insane.
McBenedict? Why did he go home? I need him here to say that move is dumb.
That's stupid. That's a stupid move.
That move is dumb.
That move
is dumb. I can't believe I won.
It's the McBee classic.
Oh, I missed that guy. I'm so glad he was here tonight, dude.
You and me both. Right now, I'm just excited to see these two fellas playing right now. Trey5 running out of resource so fast,
I
though.
was about to say you might not see it being played for much longer with Trey5 no jump above Rob. That is terrifying when you don't have very good aerial drift.
Yeah, very little iron. He had 2 wood blocks left in him. He was
just 2 woods.
Yeah, just 2 woods.
That's so unfortunate.